Hey everyone, it's Joe, the 50-something Dasher, with the DoorDash daily recap video for Wednesday, June the 12th. And just dropped off my first order of the morning. It was a pretty good one. Now, I'm in the housing community on the east side with all the colonial street names like Bill of Rights Square and Betsy Ross Place and, you know, whatever. And all the speed bumps too. They should name it the Speed Bump Housing Community. Start time for this morning's dash was 6:09, and I got a pretty good offer like right away this morning. 1675 Meyer going 16 miles, but of course I guess I'll wait a minute for these other cars. Of course 3 miles of that you have to factor I'm coming from home, and only 3 items. Now when I looked at the item list, it kind of you know, it wasn't going to be easy. This was like 3 hair care items. So it was 2 different kinds, some kind of like styling gel or something, and then some hair or like hair bands or whatever. So the 2, so I get to Meyer, the 2 hair products, the styling gels, whatever it is. I mean, I didn't have too much difficulty with them. One of them was kind of buried behind something else on the shelf, but I found both of those. And for the little hair ties, in that aisle, I did not see any of them that was the same color package is what was on the picture. Every other one was they had a bunch of them, but the packaging looked different, and it not the same count. I think the customer ordered a 50 count, and I didn't see that count size anywhere. I mean, basically, on something like that, you know, I don't know why there has to be so many different count sizes and different types, and it's just like it's just a hairband. I mean, come on. So I basically just started scanning stuff. You know, I marked that the original item was unavailable, then pulled up the substitutions and just started scanning stuff that had the same count size. The first thing I grabbed didn't scan. The second item that I grabbed did scan. So okay, I grabbed 2 of this one, and then I'm off. It delivered to a house that I delivered to at least once before, maybe twice. This was a hand to customer that, and I had this issue before at this particular address, but the customer is like really slow coming to the door. I think I got an order, so I'll finish the story next. Yeah, that was my second offer. I had to decline that. I got a $6 4-mile McDonald's, but the thing, it was the Obed's McDonald's. I had just, as you saw in the video, I had just got on the interstate, so that would have been, it's a ways up here before I can turn around. I basically had to decline that. You know, they would have given me that just 15-20 seconds earlier. I could have taken it. I just passed the ramp that I got on. I just need to pass that, and the McDonald's is right there. But I you know, the timing on some of these offers kind of gets me. But anyway, I had problems before at this particular customer's address. It was slow coming to the door, and I think one of the times I was there just didn't come to the door at all. And so I sent my message when I arrived, rang the doorbell, stood there a few seconds, nobody was coming, and I knocked on the door, you know, stood a few more seconds, and I was about to set the order down and in the app send a picture of the order left at the door, and then finally the customer came to the door and got the order. Looked like she wasn't dressed and was in the middle of like changing a diaper. I think had like a clean diaper in her hand, so you know she was busy or whatever. But anyway, and now, like I said, heading back to Zone. That was a good offer to get me started, $16.75. Now I only need like 5 more orders like that one, and I can call it a dash. But you know, easier said than done. Okay, I'm back on the south side here. I will be on the southwest side, back to Zone momentarily, and we'll see what offers we get next. All right, so I got back into Zone, and right as I was getting off the interstate, off my exit, got a $5 Tim Hortons, and pretty convenient. That's the exit that I was getting off, that Tim Hortons location, and the order was ready when I got there, picked it up, and it was coming over kind of in the direction of like the Meijer areas where, you know, I want to be now for just about most all of my orders. I usually kind of wait in just that area, because used to do some waiting over near Jolly Pirate, but that, I don't know, that area is just kind of like dried up some. It used to be really busy at breakfast time, and then just kind of, for me anyway, just kind of dried up. So anyway, I am on my way back to Meijer, and we'll see what we get next. Yeah, guys, this in my zone, this whole, you know, cell phone signal issue in the certain places, it's such an aggravating thing. I'm sure you guys, like pretty much anywhere, deal with the same thing. You know, certain places that you go to, bad signal. So what happened there just now, I was, like I said, still on my way to Meijer, and going through the golf club area when I get a $5 Chick-fil-A 4 miles. So I went ahead and, you know, I quickly turned off onto one of the residential streets and hit the accept button, took my screenshot, hit the accept button, and the timer just keeps on ticking down to 0. And I'm like, mother bleeper. You know, man, here we go again with the signal. It's just the stupidest, you know, aggravating little thing. And then, you know, I get the text message, you have an offer coming in, please accept the order, or what, you know, whatever. And then it timed out on me and put my dash in a pause. And then so I figured I'll just leave it on the pause and shoot this segment of the video, get pulled into Meijer and unpause it. Again, I've said before, I don't know if those particular offers that I just can't, because of my signal, I just can't accept. I don't know if that counts as a decline or not. I really don't. And I think it's kind of funny side story. I think I mentioned this maybe in one other of my videos in the past, but my wife was telling me a while ago that she saw, like, on a community Facebook page or something, she saw somebody that was going to run for like some kind of office here in my zone, political office. I don't know if it like mayor or council member or whatever the case. And the platform that this guy was going to run on was he was going to fix the whole cell phone coverage issue. And that was his main point that he was campaigning on and what he was going to do for this city. But and another thing I'll say about that is I kind of roll with it. I'm not a violent, confrontational person. I'm pretty much a patient person when it comes to things like this. I'm not one of these people that blows up and starts making phone calls and I want to talk to a supervisor. And like, I'm not like one of those type of aggressive, like complaining people. But something like that, as much as our society relies on our cell phones, like in my zone that has 100 million people in it, in just this southwest side of Columbus, like probably 100 or 200 million people, it kind of feels like. And out of all those people, there isn't like, and this has been going on since before I was a dasher. I mean, I've been dashing over a year and a half. So however long this has been a problem, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know. And there hasn't been enough of a firestorm to get this changed. Like all the people, I want to talk to a supervisor people, all of those people, they haven't all like called and griped and moaned and to the phone carriers and to the city offices and to get this changed by now? Really? I don't understand that. I really don't get it. Really and truly, is because of, like I said, because of how important cell phones are to our society. We can't live without them, but we can live without phone coverage in certain areas. That doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. And it costs me money, but whatever. I better stop screwing around here and unpause my dash because I could be missing out on some good orders here. Be right back. Yeah, now the dash has gotten boring all of a sudden. I've been sitting here about 10 minutes or so. Only got one $4 6 mile tropical smoothie offer. Not from this position, not tracking over across zone to Stringtown Road for $4. So I just continue to sit. It's 8:10 now. I usually wait till after 8:30 and then start making my way back home. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys. So I got another pretty good Meijer shopping order sitting there in the parking lot. Another 3-item order. And this was pretty easy. It was mushrooms and garlic from the right up front in the produce department, and then I just had to track back to aisle 10 near the like salad dressings and stuff for a bag of bacon bits. Boom, that was it. I think it took me, of course I'll show the screenshot, I think it's like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, something like that. Super easy, checked out. And I'm just dropped that off to the South Columbus, the whole, South High, Obetz Road, Parsons Avenue area. I do a lot of deliveries out here. So now it's about 10 minutes till 9. And of course, you know what time it is. I'm going to start heading towards home. And if I get something, I'll do it. If not, it's break time at home until I get my next order. So far so good with this dash. I mean, hope it continues to be kind of like quick and painless here as the first few orders had been. But, you know, I don't know. Fingers crossed, but as I've said before, there's always something in every dash usually. So we'll see. And let's see what we get next. All right, guys, I'm home on break. You guys don't get to see this wall behind me too often. There's the iMac that I use for the videos I shoot in this room, and then some of the rest of the Wonder Woman stuff on the wall there. That at one point I had an idea to have the desk like right in the middle of the room so I could shoot with either background behind me, and my wife didn't like that idea. So coming back to Zone, I got a $4.50 Dollar General, 5 miles. It was like chips, a bag of chips and cleaning stuff. So pretty easy. And if I didn't already mention, I'm not on a pause right now. Just the app is on, waiting for orders. But anyway, I forget the shopping time on that Dollar General order, but of course I'll throw up the screenshot. I think it was like 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. And I go to deliver that. The delivery was real close to right behind the Dollar General in the Urban Crest area. Go to drop that off. It's kind of a tricky delivery where the pin location was on the wrong side of the street. But I saw the customer's address on the mailbox and everything. There wasn't a house number on the house. I had to kind of take a tricky picture with my car in the way to try to get the mailbox number and the front of the house. And I closed that order out, and here you go right here. There it is, 0 tip. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And, but at least it was an easy order and I didn't have to drive that far. Started to make my way back home. I got on my street when I got another Dollar General order, $8.75, 3 items. I'm sorry, 5 items, 3 miles, and, turn the car around. Go to my Dollar General. Super easy. It was just 2 12-packs of pop and 3 Kool-Aid jammers. Took me 1 minute. Had that shopped. That delivered like near my W-2. So dropped that off, and then I was able to make it back home here for my break, and now just waiting on the next order, and we'll see what comes next.